To absolutely no one's surprise, Apple is planning to refresh the base iPad again this year, like they've been doing since 2017. In this video I'll go over what we can expect, and also, more importantly, what Apple could do to fix what I think is one of the lineup's problems. And spoiler, my solution to that problem involves a redesign that probably will not look like what you're thinking. In 2017, Tim Cook realized something. He likes money. For this very reason, Apple started selling cheaper iPad models, mainly for students, but also regular people as well. Apple managed to get such a low starting price by basically recycling old parts they had laying around, and this strategy is the same they have been using ever since. As I already said in another video, I don't necessarily consider this a bad idea, nor do I consider the base iPad a bad product. Apple managed to position it as basically the default tablet, the one you will always be recommended if you just want an inexpensive tablet that will last you a decent amount of years, that will do its job just fine. This new iPad is rumored to have a somewhat bigger screen, a 10.5-inch display recycled from the iPad Air 3, which in turn recycled it from an older iPad Pro. Great! The chip is rumored to be an A13, but I'm not so sure about it. Apple kind of established a pattern for how the iPad is upgraded, which is 1 year they upgrade the screen, or the overall design, and 1 year they upgrade the chip. Considering that the chip was already upgraded from an A10 to an A12 last year, realistically I'd say they will only upgrade the screen this time. The base storage is rumored to increase to 64 gigs, and I don't care how cheap the iPad is meant to be, it really is the bare minimum. The price will realistically remain the same, or worst case scenario increase by like $20. So a very boring upgrade, as expected. And that wouldn't necessarily be a problem, it's just meant for the basic stuff after all. But there actually is a problem that originated in 2018 and that they won't fix by just adding a newer chip. In 2018 a new iPad Pro came out, and it was a big deal. It had a new design, a better screen, Face ID, USB-C, and one of its main accessories had also been redesigned along with it, the Apple Pencil. The original Apple Pencil has been criticized mainly for its price, like every Apple product ever, but most importantly for its ridiculous charging method, that consisted in plugging the pencil to the port like a USB drive basically, with a tiny difference being that, unlike a USB drive, it's 17.5 centimeters long, so it forced you to create this abomination. That same Apple Pencil cannot be used on a 2018 iPad Pro, because the latter, thank God, uses USB-C instead of Lightning. So Apple made a new one specifically meant for the new iPads, that charges by magnetically docking to the side of the device. But this new, honestly way cooler Apple Pencil this time doesn't work on the iPads with the old design, and that's the problem I was talking about. The iPad lineup could definitely use some consistency. For something as simple as a pencil they need to have two separate models, and the same thing goes for the keyboards too. If you have a base iPad with some accessories and decide to buy a better model, you will need to buy new accessories as well, and they can get very expensive by the way. So how will I fix this problem? As I said in the beginning of the video, with a redesign, but obviously not a complete one, since that would cannibalize the sales of the iPad Air, but one like this. Basically take the squared off chassis from the new iPad Pros or iPad Air, but use the old non-bezel-less display, so that the problem would be fixed, because this new iPad would have the same footprint as the iPad Air, meaning that it should be compatible with all the accessories of the iPad Air. Everything would be a lot easier for the consumers to understand, and the lineup as a whole would be more consistent. In this concept I put an USB-C because I think Lightning needs to disappear forever, but I really wouldn't be surprised if Apple decided to stick with Lightning, even just to give one more advantage to the iPad Air. This, obviously, assuming that they would want to do what I'm proposing in this video in the first place, because I guess my solution could help them reduce the amount of different things they would have to produce, but I don't know if that alone would be worth it in the long run from a profit perspective. But what about the iPad mini? If, like some leaks are suggesting, it's getting a full redesign, they would really only need to find a place to dock the second-gen Apple Pencil and the problem would be fixed. For more on that topic, I made an entire video about it, by the way. Anyway, would you buy an iPad like this? Let me know. Ciao!